It's winter where I live, and when it's cold, what I crave for is hot, comforting soup like the one I'm going to show you how to cook today. This is my version of tomkhagai, a spicy coconut lime soup. Don't be scared about the word spicy because you can make it as hot or as mild as you want it to be. The base of this classic Thai soup is coconut milk, and what makes the flavor unique are the herbs we're going to use. So the first thing we're gonna do is gather our herbs. We want to flavor this soup with a whole bunch of amazing, beautiful smelling Thai herbs. First, we need galangal. What? Galaga? Lady Gaga? No. Galangal belongs to the family of the ginger. Although it resembles the common ginger that we know from the supermarket, it is not ginger. It doesn't taste nor smell like the common ginger that we know. It has a bright citrus-like scent, and this is what gives tomkhagai its unique flavor. I ordered mine from Amazon and I'm using the dried version. I'll get to that later on. Next is lemongrass. You can find them at Whole Foods, Sprouts, even Safeway and other health food stores. You just cut near the end of the root and pound it lightly to release the oil and its wonderful flavor. The last key ingredient is kaffir leaves. You use 4 to 5 leaves if you're using fresh for every 2.5 pounds of meat, and double that amount of leaves if you're using dried. I love the flavor it gives this soup or any other Thai dish that you want to make when you want that lemony, citrusy flavor. Hang out with me as I cook this beautiful and delicious soup called tomkhagai. But first, I'm going to give you the quick 3 easy steps to make tomkhagai my version. First, saute in onion and garlic whatever meat you're going to use. Chicken is the usual choice of meat for this soup, but you can also use meatballs, seafoods, and even tofu. Second, add water or chicken broth to the meat and the 3 herbs that I mentioned earlier so they can start infusing the soup base with their wonderful aroma and flavor. Thirdly, after it has simmered for a while, add the coconut milk and the rest of the ingredients. Season with salt and pepper and also add fish sauce. Yes, fish sauce. It's this sauce that will add umami flavor to our food. Let it simmer for a bit more and it's done. Then serve hot with love right after. And if you have a hot bowl of delicious smelling jasmine rice, that seals the deal. And that's it. And if you're finding value with this kind of content, I'm inviting you to please subscribe to my channel, Word It Out Girl. This is Liberty. And Word It Out Girl is not just about food. It's about life lived in the Word. So let's go on with the fun part. Let's cook. I'm gonna infuse all the herbs, all the wonderful, beautiful herbs that we have for tomkhagai in the soup, and then I'm going to add the coconut milk just to make sure that all the aromas and all the flavors are really into the soup base before I add anything else. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, to this soup base, we're going to add our aromatic herbs. Okay, so of course our lemongrass, they're just cut like this and you're going to scoop them up. Later on, add it there. These are I was not able to say this when I was cutting the lemongrass earlier. You're supposed to remove the outermost skin of the lemongrass before you start chopping it or putting it in your or pounding it in your mortar and pestle. And I have reconstituted the galangal. I cannot find fresh, so I ordered from Amazon and I got the dried ones. And they say when you reconstitute it in water, that simply means you put it in water, that the flavor is as good as a fresh one. So I'm hoping that's the case. I hope I'm not putting too much. And then of course our kaffir lime leaves. I'm not gonna put this right now, but if it's also dried when I got them from Amazon, and I put it in water for like 10 minutes and now it's soft again. So when you're using kaffir lime leaves, that's how it looks like. I'm sure many of you knows. It would be good to like remove the middle vein like that. And it's as easy as that, so people do not choke on it. But usually though, I'm gonna fish them out of the soup, especially when people are not used to it, or I will keep it. I'll just tell them that it's there and they're not for eating, because they add color too. Okay, and then now I'm gonna drop the shallots that I quartered, the tomatoes, and the red bell pepper. So all of that flavor will start infusing into our soup base, and then I'm gonna add the coconut milk when I see this boiling. Okay. And now I'm gonna add my meat to this beautiful soup base to make sure that all the meat, even though I already pre-cooked it and stir fried it earlier, I would want to put them all there first. Okay. Okay, now this has been boiling vigorously, and I'm going to add now our chicken breast slices. So I just wanted to make sure that the chicken thighs are really cooking well. Okay, but we will still keep on cooking because we still have not added our coconut milk, and I think I'm going to add more liquid to this because I have so much meat in here. I'm gonna pour the bottom part, the liquidy part of the coconut milk, and add the rest later on. There's still some of that creaminess, it's okay. So I'm going to add some of the fish sauce. That's another ingredient that we need for tomkhagai. The fish sauce adds that certain umami that we need. And this is the brand that I'm using. And I usually cook by feel. So I'm gonna, this is about 2 tablespoonfuls of fish sauce. And we will just add that later on, you know, as we taste it. And so now I'm gonna wait for it to boil first, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms, the tomatoes, more tomatoes. You can use any kind of mushroom. You can use, I don't know the different kinds, but those little things that look like the houses of dwarves or the Smurfs houses, you can use them. Use whatever you have in your pantry or whatever it is in your supermarket. But I would not recommend shiitake because shiitake has a strong flavor that doesn't go very well with this. It's gonna take away from the original flavor of the tomkhagai. I decided to drop the mushrooms before it boils. I'm afraid that they may not cook well. So let's do that. And let's just drop the mushroom. Woohoo! And I think we'll have to boil them together. Okay, we'll wait. It boils, and then we're gonna put more coconut milk. Let's see. We will see. Okay, it has boiled for a few minutes, and I think it's time. It's time for me to add. I'm gonna bring down the flame or the temperature down to medium and low in a little bit, but I'm gonna add my tomato to bring down the temperature a little bit, and that's why I saved it, a little portion of it. Maybe next time I'm gonna have even more tomatoes. I don't know where to look in my, because I'm gonna put some of these tomatoes. And I'm gonna now drop the rest of the kaffir lime leaves. Also the sweet bell pepper. You may or may not add them, but ooh, it's been splashing all over me. That's why you wear an apron. I'm gonna add most of the lime juice when I turn off the heat later on, but I'm gonna squeeze half now to add the first layer, okay, of lime citrusy flavor into our soup. And now I'm going to, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the red flakes, the red pepper flakes. But it's all right because I have these to top them off later on. I don't know if you can see it. And also I have the dried ones like this. Just gonna add 2. Would like to err in the conservative side. So I'm going to drop the rest of the coconut milk. You may choose to drop it all at the same time, but today I'm kind of trying to see what that beautiful Thai woman I saw on YouTube, this is what she does. No one else does it this way, only she does. But I just have a feeling that she's doing something really good, so I'd like to try that. But you know, when you're rushing to feed your family, sometimes just keep it simple and do it all at the same time. But what I find about cooking is, you know, it takes patience, and that patience and the little things that you do add to the beauty and the flavor of your food later on. Ooh, and we're also going to add some sugar, brown or white, whatever you have. And I'm just gonna eyeball it too. Maybe 2 tablespoonfuls or 3 tablespoonfuls, whatever, to your taste. So taste it later on. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more fish sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit more fish sauce later on, depending on how it's gonna taste like. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna grab the camera from where it is and give you a close up look of what's going on in the pot, okay? So this is what's going on right now. Everything is in, except the rest of the lime, which I'm going to add the lime juice when I turn off the heat. But I also added some lime to give some layering. That's what I do. I'm a rogue. I'm a rebel when it comes to recipes. I always add my own twist to it. And for all of you, for some of you who don't cook a lot, you'll find your own way of cooking later on. Just give it some mixing. And I'm gonna turn down the heat. My pot is so big that even medium is okay. It's looking good. The tomkhagai is now ready, and I don't have my tripod anymore. I put it away for some reason and I wasn't done, and I have a little bit of rice here in a bowl, and I'm gonna scoop some to my bowl and have a taste of it. It smells so good. I wish you could smell how good it smells. But I was just gonna say that tomkhagai soup is so perfect during cold weather. But look outside. It's amazingly bright and sunny, and I think there's some snow. Yeah, there's some leftover snow from the previous day, but it's warm, and but tomkhagai is perfect whatever day it is. It's just wonderful and so delicious. So I would really recommend that you make it soon. And thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy making tomkhagai, and I'm going to link below to my website so you could get the step-by-step, or also below in the info box. Either way, I do that so you'll know how to do it. But really, it's so easy. It's just like making soup, and you make it as your own, just like what I did here. I add my own twist. Okay, my friends, that's it for today. Enjoy your soup, and if you like contents like this, consider subscribing and press the like button if you enjoyed this one. This is Liberty from Word It Out Girl. Salamat po, aloha, and thank you very much.